Another announcement too is Chris. Oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank. No, Chris Seymour. Oh. So he has a brand new screen that they introduced at the show, which was an acoustic transparent ALR screen.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I've been wanting one of those.
Well, what I
ALR? Hold on, ALR or CLR? Because
they said ALR, but I assumed ALR. Typically use those with ultra short throws, but apparently we were doing that live. I think the live stream, and I mentioned that, but apparently it does not work with ultra short throws.
Okay,
just the way it's designed.
Got it. So it's the type that's kind of like a grayish screen. So yeah, it's for like if you're in not a perfectly dark room and you have a regular projector, what it comes out, the light comes out at the angle that it comes in. Like, you know what I mean? Like if it's coming out at this angle, then it reflects at the same one. So anything like side light is kind of, I guess, bounced the opposite way.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know the CLR ones, right? Like it's meant for the ultra short throw. Yeah,
they have like round instead of like the jagged edges. It's like little round circles. That's interesting. There was some super cool stuff there. They had some big rooms set up. They had JBL synthesis. That was very nice. That was a cool setup.
You said you really like those. I watched your guys' live stream on Cody's channel or something like that.
Yep. Yeah, we streamed to all 5 channels.
Yeah, it was fun.
So so if you haven't seen that, go to any one of our channels, check that out. It's about an hour and a half.
I saw a little bit of it, and you guys were talking about that and like some giant projector.
Yeah. So they did have a massive projection screen. I say massive. It's pretty large. I think it's 170 inch in the RBH room. RBH had the unrivaled speakers. They're colored. They were off to the side. They weren't, I guess they were set up for demo. I heard them the last day. They had some, what was it? How expensive was the big speakers in that one room? They got damaged.
Oh, we heard 350,000 for the pair, or 300 or 350, either way.
They got jacked up in shipping. I mean, like we're talking massive. Basically, the forklift hit it, and the went up and
down or down. Oh,
pictures.
It was bad.
So, were there any speakers that you heard that were maybe super expensive that you're like, oh man, those sound pretty amazing? No, or just.
Okay. I mean, not like super expensive. I'm trying to think, like favorite. I know we went into and heard a demo of I don't remember what brand that was. Not Bowers. Paradigm. It was their Founder series.
Mm-hmm.
They played a couple of tracks. It was really interesting. Definitely enjoyed that. It was just 2-channel, no subwoofer. ELAC was there. They had their new budget speaker, real small compact speaker, but then they also had a pretty expensive pair, like $15,000.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually realize that ELAC, we always watch ELAC on your channel, Joe, and you talk about how, man, these guys are super affordable, but they got some crazy ridiculous stuff overseas.
Yeah. Oh, there's a show going on back here. But yeah, they have some expensive stuff that's like in Germany. So they have like a US, US line, and then they have their German stuff. And yeah, I've seen some pretty crazy expensive stuff from them. But yeah I actually have those, the budget ones.
Nice.
And so, it's kind of funny.
They were debuting those there.
Debuting.
Well, I don't think they
No, I'm just. Yeah. Isn't that the name, or is it not the name?
Do you like Aaron?
I think we talked about.
It's like there was no measurements. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, no. If I couldn't see measurements, I can't like any of them.
Yeah,
that's about right. The thing for me was that like every room that I walked into, there were already people in there, so I couldn't sit like in the prime seat, middle, except for maybe a couple. So I was always like sitting off this. So I never really judged any, but I did like for maybe 30 seconds, I got to hear the JBL L100 Classic, and then I gave it my seat because there was another guy that walked in. He's like, "Oh, I've been wanting to hear these." So I was like, "Dude, you can have my seat. I'll have another chance some other time."
Yeah.
But I like those, and those ELACs I listened to for just a little bit, and I was impressed with the bass output on those. There was some Canto.
Yep.
Canto. Okay. They had their, like, I guess 3 of their different speakers. I think it's the U6, and the Tux.
Yeah.
The Tux, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they had them in a row, but so they had the U6, and the Tux. The U's and the U6 were like too narrow, just because they were trying to put them all in one space.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But when they played the Tux, it was like you could tell the sound stage just went boom. It was so much bigger with that speaker than it was with the U6.
And they're also using different materials for all the drivers. Like the U line is totally different than the Tux. They're using aluminum driver, ATM or AMT. Sorry,
AMT. Yeah, completely different sound. So I talked with those guys for a little bit. ATM. Yeah, you put money in it. You put your card in, you'll get money out of it. What else did I hear? I really, like I said, everything else. I got to see that KEF LS60. I think that one was what impressed me the most, just because of how skinny it is, man. It's like, it's no wider than your phone. No joke. I mean, you put your phone in front of it, it's no wider than your phone.
I've got some B-roll footage of us actually putting a phone on their subwoofer, and the subwoofer is like this, and the phone is almost edge to edge.
Yeah,
it's cool. Crazy. Super, and we put it on top of the speaker too. So you're right, it's really thin.
Yeah. Fred says you should have brought the Clipple.
Yeah, that would have gone well.
Yeah, right? Like, oh, these are great. Let's put this on the Clipple. Boom. Yeah. Nope. Nope.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, it would have been fun because that thing is bolted into the concrete in my garage, number one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got to be removed. Yeah, then disassembled. So that's not really feasible.
Yeah, Aaron's favorite speaker was Eclipse Jubilee in the main hall, man.
God. Oh, my God.
Did they roll your eyes when they saw you, when you're like, they saw you, like, oh, that's that guy?
They did put a blanket over the front to kind of diffuse the sound a little bit.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything after that because we were so close to them.
We're like 8 feet from these massive.
Yeah, you know what would be awesome at a trade show is if Clipple showed up and in one room they brought a Clipple.
I'll bring them all in
and
there.
Be like, hey, you want to test out the speaker? You like the sound?
That would be awesome.
Aaron, you should rent a booth next year.
I should do that. Yeah,
make that happen.
Ballroom.
And you rent the booth, and then you charge the brands to bring their speaker in there, and then you award a.
Hey, I like that idea. M-Wave right there. M-Wave idea right there, huh?
There it is.
I think it's pretty cool.
M-Wave
make it
extreme.
The Theory, that was the one brand that I think everybody was impressed with their stuff. Theory Audio.
Oh, Theory.
It's okay.
Did you get to hear their stuff? Just like for what it was.
The end walls.
It was the in walls, but I think they were like they were standalone.
So what they had is they had 2 standalone speakers on the outside of the screen. They did that in 2-channel stereo. And then after a couple demos, then they turned those off. And then they had just 3 identical, like I think they were their in-wall kind of speakers, or at least I don't know, but they were behind the screen. So
yeah, those are pretty cool. I'd like to hear those in like my own room. But I was impressed by for the price and the output, like the dynamics of them. That was cool.
Yeah.
So all right, if you would like to join us every week on Mondays at what time is it? About 6 p.m. Central, which is the best time. That's where I am. Make sure you join us at youtube.com/Daily HiFi. We out.